Hey guys, welcome to Budget with a July Dreamer. My name is Miranda, and on this channel we talk about travel, lifestyle and money. And in today's video I will actually be talking about something I never thought I'd be talking about, but literally 5 things that I now spend my money on ever since I became debt free. So a little bit of a background, sorry. When I was at university, I did not have any student finance, which means my mom and I worked day and night to fund my education. I was fortunate enough to have a charity in our county that was able to also pay part of my tuition with one condition, that I finished my university and obviously shared with them my results, which I did, and I was very thankful for their help. And then because I did not have student finance support, I actually ended up using my credit card, so I ended up going into credit card debt. I used payday loans, which I absolutely do not recommend whatsoever, and I went into payday loan debt as well. So all of that together came to about £12,000. Now, for someone who was on a really low income, this felt like the end of the world. But I knuckled down and I started following Dave Ramsay's snowball method, whereby I started paying off the smallest amount and then working my way up. And I was able to repay that debt in 18 months time, which was great. After I did that, I started working slowly on building my credit history, and even now I'm still recovering from some of it. So because there's still been debt issues or missed payments that I had about 6-7 years ago, which are slowly but surely dropping off. So some things take 6 years to drop off. I don't know what takes 10 years, but I know that missed payments, for example, or issues on your credit, they take about 6 years before they remove them. So after that, after I paid off my debt, I started working on saving some money, and then I was able to move from where I was living at that time, found another job, and I was able to find a place to rent. Now this has been 5 years now, and now I own my own home, obviously with a mortgage, and I am debt free, like completely consumer debt free. The last item that I actually paid off was last month. I paid off my car. I thought it was going to take me until the end of the year to pay this off, but I sat down, I looked at all the money that I had saved, and I was like, you know what, why wait to pay my car off later in the year when I can do it now, and then just focus on saving for my emergency fund like a crazy person. And that's what I decided to do. It took a lot of convincing. I did read Dave Ramsay's Total Money Makeover, and some of the things he said in that book made sense. £1,000 for emergency fund doesn't really make sense to me, but everything else I totally agree with. And now I'm working on fully funding my emergency fund, which I'm hoping to do before the end of this year. So in today's video, I will be talking about 5 things that I now spend my money on since I became debt free. First thing, I'm a travel blogger, so check out ajulidreamer.com, where I share all my travel escapades. I'm a budget travel blogger, but I also do luxury as well, which I don't really talk about too much on my blog. Maybe I should. I will start that now. So one of the first things that I now spend money on is luxury travel. Girl, luxury travel is life. So this year, fingers crossed, God willing, we'll be able to travel again. My sister and I have booked a trip to Dubai. We've got 5-star everything. We've literally booked a lot of things, and this is what I'm thankful for being debt free, because I'm able to afford luxury travel. I cannot wait for my birthday this July. We'll be you know, enjoying our holiday lavishly. So this is one thing that I've actually been spending my money on since I became debt free. And I actually have another trip to the Maldives for at the end of the year. That is also, oh my god, that was such a good deal. And oh my god, I am so excited. Being debt free literally just allows you the luxuries of life, really, to be able to buy things that you wouldn't normally have spent money on because you were trying to pay off debt. So I'm so glad that I've paid off all of my debt, and now I can spend my money how I want, and I'm still saving. Which brings me to the second item, that I now spend a lot of money on, which is saving. I actually save more. Even when I was paying off my debt, well, not at the beginning. At the beginning, I couldn't afford even £10. But after I paid off all my debt, and what I had left was like my car, I had obviously like my Peloton bike, I was able to save at least £500 every single month. But now that I've paid off all of my consumer debt, I'm actually paying a lot more to myself. Basically, you know, when I say to myself, I mean to my savings account. I'm able to add more money. Before that, I wasn't able to do that, but now I'm actually able to save a little bit more money. And also, I'm able, the third thing that I'm spending money on now since I became debt free is investing more. Before, I just used to put £100 every single month, and there's nothing wrong with that. But now that I have more money readily available, I actually invest a lot more. So I think I save 6 or 7 times more than I used to before, which is great because I am saving for my future, for my retirement, and also just so my future kids can don't have to struggle too much. I still want them to learn the value of hard work and saving money, but I still want them to have a bit of luxury as they're growing up. So this is why I'm investing more for my future. Then another thing that I am actually doing a little bit more now that I am debt free is actually tithe and giving. Ever since I actually started budgeting and managing my money and living by myself, I've always you know, done tithe. I'm a Christian and I believe in giving, and I tithe every single month. So before, I used to do maybe £20 here, and then I moved to £50. Then at the beginning of this year, I was like, you know, I could do a little bit more, so I moved to £100. And then last month I sat down, I'm like, okay, you've completely paid off your car, that means you now have a little bit more money left. So I kind of just sat down. My tithe and giving has now increased from £100 to £400. This has made me really, really happy. Dave Ramsay is right. You know, when you have no debt, giving is actually, it's just such a good feeling. It makes you even more happy to be able to give more. I know there are people who are less fortunate than me, so for me it's important for me to give back because, like I mentioned at the beginning, you know, we had a charity in my county that supported me part of my my university life. That helped us big time because my mom and I worked like cats and dogs, you know, worked really, really hard to raise the money so that I could finish my education. And I'm so thankful to my mom and to my dad as well to be able to be in this position where I am debt free. I own my own house and I'm able to enjoy life's luxuries, so I'm really, really thankful to them. So this is something that I've been able to spend more money on. And the fifth thing that I've been able to spend more money on is my budget trackers now have a bigger allocation for my social life. Now, because I travel a lot, I don't exactly have a social life, but then obviously before COVID things changed, so I kind of like, I've got new sets of friends that are closer to me because all of my lifetime friends, they all live so far away from me. They're all a few within the country, some outside of the country, so you know, it takes a while for us to see each other. But now I've got friends closer to my home. They're a great group of girls. I really love them, and now I'm able to actually, being debt free, I'm able to allocate a lot more to my social funding. And by this I mean that now my miscellaneous is £100. I have shopping £100. I have socialization £100. Eating in or out is £100. This all could just be one bucket, but I love splitting it the way I have done. So yeah, just being debt free allows you to enjoy a lot more things that you wouldn't be able to because you are so focused on paying off your debt. So for those of you who are still on a debt journey looking to pay off their debt, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, and when you do pay off your debt, I promise you it will be a great feeling. You'll be able to use your money for whatever you want, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I wish you all the best, and I know you can do it. Thank you so much for watching my channel. If you've watched until the end, do not forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.